When Oppo launched the F9 Pro in the market last month, it also launched the F9 at the same event. Now this smartphone was overshadowed by its sibling and also faces tough competition from other smartphones in the same price range that offer good value for money. But is this a good smartphone and should it be your first choice? We put it to the test to answer your questions. The F9 gets a diamond cut pattern which isn't visible at all times but pops up when the light hits it at a particular angle. We had the purple variant for review, which looks different from the black and gold colored smartphones in the market. The phone is made out of plastic and its highlight feature is the display. It has a small notch compared to what we have seen on most other smartphones in the market. Oppo calls it a water drop design, and the notch only houses the selfie camera. The earpiece is cleverly positioned above it, helping it make the notch smaller. Oppo has hidden the proximity sensor to the right of the notch and says that third-party screen protectors and cases may interfere with it. Instead, it gives a pre-applied screen protector and also ships a case in the box. While the back panel gives an impression of glass, it is made out of plastic and will pick up scratches if it's not in a case. The SIM tray has 2 nano SIM slots and a dedicated microSD card slot. The Oppo F9 has similar hardware to the F9 Pro. It is also powered by a MediaTek Helio P60 octa-core SoC. The phone has 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, which is expandable up to 256GB. The 6.3-inch LTPS display sports Full HD Plus resolution and a 19.5:9 aspect ratio. Oppo does not mention any protection for the display, so try not to drop it. The tiny notch liberates a lot on screen space on both sides, which lets you take a look at pending notification icons at one go. The device sports a 3500 mAh battery, but it does not support fast charging. It seems to be missing the fast charging hardware present on the F9 Pro. We tried plugging a VOOC charger into the F9 and it did not charge any quickly, which means that you cannot enable VOOC charging just by buying the charger. Oppo ships the phone with its custom ColorOS on top of Android 8.1 Oreo, and our review unit ran the July security patch. Oppo has customized the interface and you do get a lot of pre-installed apps. Swipe right from the home screen and you are greeted by Smart Assistant. You can swipe down from the home screen to access a universal search function similar to iOS. It also has a floating panel on the side which lets you access a few functions and apps. The Settings app has multiple menus and submenus that have different options tucked away. We couldn't find a search function in this app, which would have made finding the required setting easier. Swiping individual notifications is still a two-step process. While it does not ace benchmarks, we did not notice lag or stutter when using the device. It was capable of delivering a smooth output without slowing down when we used it for basic tasks. We played PUBG on the phone, which recommended the medium settings by default. We did not notice sluggish performance, but the phone does start to get warm fairly quickly. The battery also dropped at a faster rate when gaming, dropping close to 10% with 20 to 25 minutes of gaming. While the Helio P60 is powerful, it tends to get warm under load. In our HD video loop test, the smartphone went on for 14 hours and 39 minutes, which is longer by an hour and a half compared to the F9 Pro. With our usage, the phone lasted us one full day, needing to be plugged in the next morning. The Oppo F9 charges to 29% in 30 minutes and 62% in an hour, while a full charge takes close to 2 hours and 20 minutes. Oppo's horizontally mounted dual camera setup has a 16 megapixel primary sensor and a 2 megapixel depth sensor at the back, and a 16 megapixel selfie camera at the front. The camera app has portrait, sticker, pano, time-lapse, slow-mo and expert mode apart from the standard photo and video modes. You have quick toggles for HDR and you can apply filters before clicking a photo. Google Lens is also integrated into the stock camera app. The phone is quick to lock focus and photos shot in daylight were sharp and had good amount of detail. The F9 switched HDR automatically when shooting with bright backgrounds, delivering a good usable shot. While shooting macros, the F9 takes some time to lock focus, so you will have to wait before clicking. The output was sharp and had good separation between the subject and the background. camera performance takes a dip in low light. There is aggressive noise reduction, and we found a huge loss in details when clicking with a dim light source nearby. Portrait mode puts the secondary camera to use, but you don't have the option to select the level of blur you want. It also has multiple lighting options you can choose from before clicking an image. Portrait shots had aggressive background blur, which made the image look artificial. The selfie camera is different compared to the one on the F9 Pro. Beautification mode is enabled by default and is set to AI, which lets the phone decide the level of beautification. You also have the option to set beautification levels manually. The selfie camera can also simulate a depth effect and has decent edge detection. Video recording maxes out at 1080p for both the rear and the front cameras. Video stabilization is available when recording at 1080p using the rear camera, but we noticed focus hopping, which is annoying. The most striking feature of the Oppo F9 is the big display with the water drop notch. It is well designed, has a good battery life, and offers decent performance for the price it commands. If you prioritize good looks over everything else, the F9 does have that going for it. But we have competitors offering better value for money smartphones in the same price range. If you want to get the maximum possible performance in this price range, the Xiaomi Poco F1 offers a huge bump in performance for a small premium over the Oppo F9. While we haven't tested the Vivo V9 Pro yet, it does offer good hardware for the price it commands. And that was our review of the Oppo F9. What do you think about this device? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, for all things tech, stay tuned to gadgets360.com.